Fellas, AC here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another review, another exclusive review. 3 in a row. Okay, this time is from a house which is new to me. About a month ago, I ordered the Discovery Pack. The house is known as Nicolai Parfumeur Creator. Now, the proprietor of this house is a couple. One of them is related to the great Guerlain. She's none other than a Guerlain, and her name is Patricia Di Nicolai, and she works with her husband, and I'm trying to remember her husband's name. His name is Jean-Louis Michau or Misha. I do not know how to pronounce it. So they're a couple, and this is what you get if you order the Discovery Pack. It is basically a very beautifully designed cardboard box, and you get 6 of them. Yeah, you have to pay about 43 euros. It takes a long time to come, so let me see if I can grab this and get some focus. You get 6 of these, and I also got 2 more as a compliment, and I really like them. The way they have done it, the logo is beautiful as well. You can see it says RN at the top. So, PN, Parfumeur Nicolai. Now, let's start with one which I have picked because it's not been reviewed on YouTube. It's called Ambre Cashmere Intense. Now, as I mentioned, the parfumeur or the maison, if you like, is Patricia Di Nicolai. A little bit about her. Luca Turin refers to her as the unsung hero of perfumery. She has had quite a ride. She's obviously a Guerlain, doesn't work for Guerlain or couldn't work for Guerlain. Reason being, when she graduated in chemistry, she faced a lot of discrimination, and she's basically a niece to Jean-Paul Guerlain, who helped her get a job first. And she started working with some firms, and she worked with Lancôme, where she actually created one of the best fragrances of her life with the Lancôme Trésor line. And then she created her own house in 1998, I believe, with her husband. And I have tried 6-7 of their fragrances, and I have to tell you one thing straight up. The quality of her creations is amazing. Yeah. So she uses materials which are absolutely top-notch. So the prices are a bit on the higher side, but not as expensive as the Creeds and the Tom Fords. But I think on quality and the concept of her fragrances, she can give any big, forget about Tom Ford and Creeds, she can give any big niche fragrance house a run for their money. That's how impressive her work is. At least I find them very impressive. So here's a quick double spray, very high quality, strong juice. You don't need a lot. When it starts off, I was expecting a silky, smooth fragrance. What I get is a very fresh, lemony, tangy amber. Yeah? If you have some experience with niche perfumery and especially with amber fragrances, the moment you spray this, you're going to jump up in delight. Why? Because you don't expect amber fragrances to be bright. Amber fragrances, when I mention what comes to mind is Ambre Sultan by Serge Lutens, one of my favorites. Then Grand Soir, they're all deep. Annick Goutal's Ambre Fétiche, they're all deep, dark, resinous. This one is sprightly, bright, and almost radiates off your skin, and it oozes quality. So what I'm smelling at the moment is a combination of citron fruit, which is creamy, orange, and pepper and amber. Yeah, that pepper makes this fragrance smell a bit like a designer fragrance, and it does start off like a designer fragrance. So peppery, bright amber, and then what joins the party is a nuance of orris root and vanilla. And then the fragrance makes a turn which I was not expecting. Yeah, what the fragrance does is it goes in the direction, this is amazing, of this, the greatest Guerlain ever created, Shalimar. And I was not expecting that. Yesterday when I was testing it under my shirt, I wore one spray, and about 3 hours later it became a brighter version of Shalimar. So what does Shalimar have? Vanilla. It doesn't have the leather and the spices of Shalimar, but it has something else. It has a very bright, slightly powdery and green orris root. Yeah. So it is not powdery, but slightly powdery. I mean, it's less powdery than Shalimar, but it goes into direction of a beautiful adaptation of Shalimar. Yeah. And then the Drydown. This is about 3.5 hours. This is actually older. 3.5 hours here. This is about 7-8 hours. And it's got a musky, woody feel to it. But here, what a beautiful scent. It smells like a very expensive fragrance. It smells like Shalimar is in its DNA, but it's got more than that. It's got this beautiful woody brightness about it. And that woody brightness is what I smelled in another fragrance I reviewed recently. And this surprised me even more. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This fragrance has a sort of a molecule which uses sandalwood substitute. That molecule is what I smell here. It's like a synthetic compound which emulates sandalwood, but it's very spongy, very soft sandalwood, and it is not the complete essence of sandalwood. Yeah. So that synthetic compound which I smelled here, I'm smelling it here. So basically vanilla, amber, creamy citrus, and a very soft woody sandalwood substitute, which smells expensive. And she uses compounds. I've tested about 5 or 6. She uses compounds which are expensive. What a journey, which starts off like a designer amber scent with a lot of pepper and citruses, goes towards sort of an adapted version of Shalimar, then adds a sandalwood, soft sandalwood, and orris root, slight powderiness, greenness to the Shalimar DNA. So that's the evolution, at least two evolutions if you like. So what an interesting fragrance, guys. So I hope I captured the essence of the fragrance. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. Number one pro, this is sort of, it's paying homage to one of the greatest Guerlain, and she being a Guerlain, pays homage to the greatest Guerlain, and yet she brings in something unique to the table. And that's why I think she's an amazing perfumer, and I'm going to do a lot of reviews from this house. You know, doing a clone is one thing, yeah, where you're basically copying a fragrance. But here, a deliberate attempt to make, just paying homage to a great Guerlain, she herself being a Guerlain, and then bringing something to the table, which could be a downside as well. This could be something that is so familiar that you do not want to buy this fragrance. So that's acceptable. But she is a courageous lady, and she has created a beautiful fragrance which pays homage to Guerlain, Shalimar. Next pro is this fragrance is a rich and vibrant fragrance. Yeah, rich because of the notes I mentioned. The vanilla especially is very deep and beautiful and warm, just like the Shalimar vanilla. It's got tremendous amount of warmth in it, but it also is very vibrant because of the citron, the orange. There's a bit of bright light in it, and which is what I like about this amber fragrance. Yeah. The other one is the complexity. As I mentioned, the fragrance has a lot of undulations and moves at least twice. So there's beautiful complexity that you would expect in a niche fragrance. And the other one is the value for money. I think what she's done very cleverly is her bottles are very, very basic, and her pricing is beautiful. She's got a 30 ml bottle and she's got a 100 ml bottle. And I like that because as a collector, I couldn't thank her more for creating a 30 ml bottle. I love 30 ml bottles. And the 30 ml bottle you can get in anywhere between 40 and 55 pounds, I believe. I can't remember, but I've seen the prices before. So it is just over £1 an ml. For this kind of fragrance, this quality of creation, the complexity, if I was to pay £2, I would. So the value for money is tremendous. So those are the pros. The downside, there's only one downside I can think of, and that is the familiarity to Shalimar. And if you compare the price to Shalimar, then it becomes even more difficult. But the performance of this fragrance is twice as much as you would get from a contemporary EDP, Shalimar EDP. So that, just wanted to throw that in. But yeah, it is familiar. It's not unique. So, performance. As I mentioned, yesterday what I did is I put 2 tiny sprays from this tester under my shirt and I experienced the whole transition. And I didn't have to spray it anywhere else. I could smell it. I just had to move and I could smell it. My best recommendation for this fragrance for performance would be to wear it under your shirt. It performs beautifully. It smells beautiful. It smells better than it smells on exposed skin. So, longevity, at least 12 to 14 hours. Yeah, serious longevity. Projection, at least 2 to 3 arms length if you go heavy. If you went 1 to 2 sprays, it would be 1 arm's length. But you would get that for at least 2 to 3 hours. It's a massive performance. Sillage, even better. Very strong sillage. 2 tiny sprays from this little tester, yeah, under my shirt was outstanding. What a journey it was. I enjoyed every moment of it yesterday evening. So performance is stellar. Age groups. I would say anybody who loves to wear fragrances that are romantic in nature, that draw people close to you. This doesn't have to because it projects a lot, and doesn't mind wearing unisex fragrances. It's for them. So 25 upwards, 20 upwards even. You just have to test it to see if it is in line with your personality. I would say this is no age bar, no gender bar. Anybody who loves, I wear Shalimar, So I would say anybody can wear it, any age group. And occasions, I would say it fits the evening time better. So romantic dates, even going outdoors, dressed a little bit dressed up, it would be suitable for those occasions. I wouldn't wear this in summer. It's got extremely huge amounts of richness. Those sort of fragrances tend to claw. So I wouldn't wear this in summer. But definitely, yeah, if I'm going to a special occasion in summer which is air conditioned, I might try it. But I think it would be a bit risky. But yeah, winter or cold weather, this should be absolutely fantastic. Compliment factor, massive. I can't imagine anybody who smells this on you not getting amazed by this fragrance. The beauty of this fragrance is it's got Shalimar in the heart, but there's so much more to it. So very, very attractive. Date night would be amazing. Yeah, marks out of 10. I've described the fragrance, the price. I think taking everything into consideration, I'm going to give it an emphatic 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm taking 1 mark out is because of its familiarity, its resemblance to something which is already one of the most popular fragrances in the market, which is Shalimar. So 9 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed the review. Take care. Bye-bye.